It's very easy to identify weaknesses in people. To me, it's about enhancing their strengths. Put that buzz in a person, and that's the bit that will make them work.
When it comes to effective professional development, Trevor Bailey is a good example. He's taught at the Oasis Academy in Wintringham near Grimsby for the past 29 years, progressing from a PE teacher to head of department and now assistant principal.
Key to my CPD and my development is people in this academy identify strengths within me that possibly I didn't know about, and they've given me whatever I need in terms of, is it less timetable time, is it the opportunity to go and visit other schools, is it the opportunity to go on training courses. I've been given those opportunities through the school itself, so they've been extremely supportive, but key to it all was they identified it in the first place.
If we, at this point in time, 12 months since you took up your new post as assistant principal in charge of the specialism for the academy, are reviewing the progress that we've made in that 12 months, how would you explain that to me? What would be your...
Dramatic.
Despite 60% of the academy's population having special educational needs and 40% qualifying for free school meals, since the arrival of the principal 7 years ago, results have improved from 10% A to C grades at GCSE to 55%.
It's true to say 7 years ago the school was in a very difficult position. Results were poor, difficulty with recruiting and retaining staff, morale in the school was low. The main issue for me was that the self-esteem of both the children, the community and the staff. And from my point of view, the only way that we were actually going to tackle all of these issues was to actually tackle both the strategic development of the school at the same time as the operational day-to-day major issues that needed to be faced in order to move us forward. And at the heart of that had to be quality CPD, because without that we wouldn't have got where we've got to today.
To be fair, my main CPD in the last couple of years, I would say, is more science-based, because it's enabled me to deliver from knowledge a curriculum area I've moved into, but to develop that through my experience within physical education.
One of Trevor's most recent developments has been starting to teach in the science department. Aware that age was slowing him down during PE lessons, but keen to maintain his links with the classroom, Trevor liaised with the principal to become a science teacher.
If I burn paper, what's it turn into?
Ash.
Ash. Can I turn the ash back to paper?
No.
Good go. Or what's the key word?
Difference.
Sorry? It's not quite difference. It looks like difference to start with. It finishes with fusion. So what's the word? Diffusion. Good boy. Well done. My enjoyment of being in this school has always been students. And my biggest concern about moving up the ladder was contact time with students. My buzz is seeing students learn, is seeing students enjoy and seeing students engaged. And that's what it's all about. How are we doing? Oh, doing well. There's a couple of bits of yours on the floor. Don't forget them, will you?
Told him.
Oh, no. Well, I don't want to... and blow them away.
Trevor works closely with other staff in enhancing their teaching practice. Often training will happen within the classroom across all subjects, highlighted in this English role-play lesson.
So, can we maybe come up with somebody in the audience who's got a good question that will go back on that empire, culture type thing?
Some fantastic work. I've not seen this done before, this type of approach before. What made you choose this way to deliver this? What is slavery?
Well, it was trying after their work in Year 9 to find something that would be a transition unit across to the Year 10s where they're doing their AQA exams and the culture. And it's something that is actually meaningful to the students where they're being able to access information in a way that's going to be deep learning.
You go on a course, you get fired up, you come back and the normal day-to-day humdrum takes over and it fades into the background, and before you know where you are, you're looking at, well, actually, what has been the outcome of that? Well, in reality, very little. If something's going on in situ and you've got people who are leading that CPD there to call upon any time, any place, and they can come in, they can sustain that development, that is powerful CPD. that really does deliver impact.
And I've never seen anything like this before. I think this is wonderful. It's almost risky because you're giving students quite a lot of control over their own learning and their own situation. And I think, you know, it would be a great opportunity to give those students just a little bit more hands-on, a little bit more control over what they're saying, what they're doing, and to have one or two staff actually come and see. This would be great if we could spread it throughout the rest of the school.
Yeah. It's great to be recognised because it's something I don't very often do for myself. I just like to get down and work. To see somebody else recognising something I'm doing and saying, yeah, that is good, can you now take this out? It's like scary in a way, but it's an enjoyable scary. It's another challenge. It's something else I can do and take myself on further.
Ruth Frampton is also a success story. Her potential was recognised by Nicola Wall, in charge of the school's CPD.
Ruth has dyslexia and felt that although she wanted to become a teacher, her disability may have caused too many problems. Initially, she came as a teaching assistant on a temporary basis. At the end of the placement, we were able to offer her a full-time role. She was already a graduate and she agreed that she would like to follow the GRTP programme and then was appointed as a natural progression, really, as a full-time member of staff.
Who believes that slavery is wrong?
Idiots.
And who thinks slavery is right?
And strongly.
Against slavery wins the vote.
My experience at school was not always the best because dyslexia wasn't recognised in the local authority till 2 years after I left. So at school I was very put down. When you've got students that have to use coloured lenses, they're very often very, very shy and very self-conscious about it because it does mark them out as being very different. But now they see me doing it, it's like, oh well, Mrs. OK, we can do it. You have all done really, really well. Lesson time is over now. All right, so thank you very much. Thank Barry, please, because he has led that very well. Well done, Barry. It gives me a reason to get up in the morning. It makes it all worthwhile that I can make such a difference to so many students' lives. It's why I came into the job, which was to make the difference to students.
Much of Ruth's development has come from within her own department, through regular meetings with the head of English, Peter Short.
You have developed very, very quickly in this school. I mean, you've been from being a TA with an English department to being an NQT, and then within a couple of years of being a full-time teacher, you've taken on responsibility within the department. Are there any issues that have cropped up because of that?
I think I've not had the time to sort of settle into role. It's always been changing. So thinking over last year, a lot of it is a blur. It's good now this year to be able to sort of stop and think, yeah, I can do that. I can look back on my notes and my diary and things and do it, but I still have to come to you and ask sometimes. Yeah. Being able to talk to somebody directly straight away means that I can recognise I have a need in one lesson, and I don't have to wait 6 months, a year before I can talk to somebody. It's there straight away. It's made me a lot more confident. I'm not so much of a shrinking violet now. I'll quite happily stand up in front of a large audience and be able to talk.
As well as developing teaching staff, the school also provides continuing professional development for support staff.
We have some massively experienced and qualified support staff in this school, and if we're not tapping into that expertise and knowledge, then we're not doing them a service and we're not making the best use of them.
If you pack smoking in after 20 minutes, it means your blood pressure and your heart rate goes back to normal.
So, at our age, can we get all these diseases?
Yeah.
Right, okay, yeah.
I've been here 11 years. I feel as if I'm part of the furniture. I first came as school matron because I am a qualified nurse. So I was primarily dealing with first aid. But as the years have progressed and my confidence has grown, my role has changed dramatically, and it's under a broad spectrum of any health welfare, and I've picked up the child protection role as well, simply because the children I was seeing did have child protection issues anyway, so it just seemed a natural progression. Right, Barry, you just want to sit yourself down there for a minute. Health-related problems you have, Asperger's syndrome, don't you?
And dyspraxia.
Right, so let's go and do your height and weight. So you're 5 foot 8. You want to stand on there?
89.2.
That puts you just there. Can you tell me what that says?
Oh, right. Yeah.
Right. Did you suspect that?
Yes.
Do you know we have we call it a wobbly clinic.
No.
Wobblies and waves. For staff and students.
When is it?
Well, I'm going to do it round you when it's easy for you. If I get your timetable, we'll find a time which is suitable for you.
PE.
PE. You don't like PE?
Well, it depends on what you're doing.
Right.
I like dodgeball, which we're doing at the moment, but when we do football and stuff, I don't like it.
Yeah.
Or no, do it in PSD. Because actually...
I think that might be something to related with your Asperger's syndrome as well. Because you don't like a lot of contact sports.
I don't like group games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it might be if we work with your PE teacher.
Maybe.
And come up with something else to try and help us get rid of some of this.
Yeah.
My relationship with the teachers improved because they don't see me as a threat. They'll see me working with the students because at the end of the day they want a happy, confident student who isn't going to cause any problems in the classroom. And if I can talk with them about the issues they have and relay that back to the teacher, then surely that's for the benefit of both the students, the school and the teacher.
Cathy regularly meets with members of the senior leadership team to discuss any concerns she has about pupils.
We had another little boy. He's slightly overweight, but he was more upset with PE than anything else because he's struggling with some contact sports. But he did tell me his Asperger's, so that would probably be the reason why. So I thought perhaps...
feed that information back to PE and get some alternative packages set up for him.
Which I thought might be the best way forward for him.
I think the impact that Cathy has affects students in a number of ways. They know they've got somewhere to go, they know they will be looked after, that they will get attention and solutions to whatever their difficulties are. That allows them to become more engaged in their own learning. It certainly raised attendance. Has the experiences you've had with teaching fired you up to actually train and qualify as a teacher?
If the opportunity came along, then I might do the GTP programme for a year.
Yeah.
But I'm still proud of the fact that I'm a nurse.
Yeah.
And I'm toying with the idea whether teaching might be the right route. But I do enjoy it, but whether it is a full-time or, you know, a supplement to what I'm already doing.
And I'm sure we can look for opportunities to develop that if that's the way you want to go.
CPD for me has not been about I need to develop skills. It's about developing me as a person, and it's given me the confidence to become more confident in the job, but also more confident in dealing with other people.
If you make it a priority and you see it as being central to everything you want to do, then the challenges just have to be overcome. I would argue that can you afford not to do it? And the answer to that for me is no, you can't. Because no matter what it costs in terms of time, finance, resources, it's worth it because it delivers.